Social media clout is not worth your life. No amount of likes, shares, or views will matter when you're being mauled by a 600-pound bear. Also, Alaska has these rules for a reason. They've had 150 years of experience with bears. Listen to the people who live there. Story number 1. The Taser Challenge. Our first brilliant find comes from St. Louis, Missouri, 2020. Meet Kyle, a 21-year-old who discovered something called the Taser Challenge online. Because of also good enough, less than common sense, he explained electricity to stop people. Professionals will warn against them. Well, I find it fun doing this to myself repeatedly on internet because nothing says entertainment like experiencing what criminals get as punishment. So Kyle gets himself a taser, not a toy, real, legitimate, designed to drop a big bad taser, and he starts the game. First shot, he screams, his muscles seize up, he falls down. His friends are filming, laughing, cheering him on like this is the height of comedy. As Kyle stops.
Hardcore team deathmatch. Destroy the enemy.
He gets up and does it again and again and again. Each time.
Nice. What's on that?
Is happening. Here's what Kyle didn't know, or likely didn't care about.
Got contact. Tossing Simtex.
This shit ain't working. We've lost the advantage.
Flashbang coming.
His friends stop laughing.
Front. No! Where'd they come from?
Watching someone hit themselves with a hammer 7 times.
Simtex got contact.
To stop danger. Use it on yourself or TikTok. Your friend on the internet. Your challenge involves you harming yourself all at once. Number 2. Next up, Charlotte, North Carolina. Protagonist is Dave.
Deploying RCXD.
Enemy RCXD detection.
Busting gasoline and thought, yes, let's add more flammable liquid to this situation. Gasoline.
Signing in. Beach.
Fucking bastard. Enemy careful. package above.
Gasoline.
Hostile UAV established overhead.
Come on, I was already shooting. That's bullshit.
Hostile LDPR drop detected.
No! Where did they come from? Eyes on shock charge.
RTXD in your AO.
Visual on takeoff.
Accidental entirely preventable. Dave was 40 years old. 40. He'd been alive long enough to survive. This is advanced chemistry.
That ain't like don't stop the sauce.
You gonna let a bunch of company assholes beat you? Fight back, damn it!
Look, man.
RTP flash. We need to have a
Engines. Want to clean your lawnmower? Turn it off, let it cool for 30 minutes, use a brush or compressed air. The 10 minutes you save by not waiting for it to cool is not worth becoming a human torch. Read the manual. Those warnings are written in other people's blood. Story number 3. The Jet Ski Electrician. Buckle up, because this next one from Lake Washington, 1999, is a masterclass in not understanding how electricity works. Meet Rodney, a guy who loved his jet ski, but apparently slept through every science class ever. Rodney's out on Lake Washington having a great time when his jet ski battery dies. He's stuck in the water, about 100 feet from shore. Does he swim to shore and deal with it later? Does he call for help?
Valentine's Day, bro.
Flag down another motor. Nope. Rodney has a better idea. He swims to shore, goes to his truck, and gets jumper cables. Standard automotive jumper cables. You know, the ones with big metal clamps. Then, he finds a 110-volt electrical outlet on a nearby dock. Rodney's plan? Plug the jumper cables into the wall outlet, swim back to his jet ski with the live electrical cables, and jumpstart his jet ski. Heat the water with electricity in a lake. Electricity and water. Two things that every human over the age of 5 knows do not mix. Now, there were people on the news, Rodney doing this. Multiple witnesses reported that people were yelling at him, "Stop! Don't do that! You'll get electrocuted." One guy even ran toward him to physically stop him. But Rodney waved him off. He knew what he was doing. He was an adult. He didn't need their advice. Rodney plugs the cables into the outlet. 110 volts alternating.
Silent Ninja.
Your luck's run out, prisoner.
That's crazy. teammate, you're bugging. Brother sitting back there on some bullshit.
Your turn. Let that be a fucking lesson.
Good.
Foot patrol.
Yo. I'm about to be done.
For this destiny.
Got a threat.
Someone owes me a fiver.
Hostile UAV established overhead.
Water using ropes and a rescue team.
Hostile.
CPR and rushing him to the hospital. The paragliding instructor investigators. I specifically teach students about dangerous scenarios in paragliding. Parachute.
It's on the spring line.
According to his friends, he wanted to film it for a documentary, Extreme Sports. First person to teach paragliding now swim out. Extreme sports are dangerous enough when done.
I luckily hit that nigga.
Parachute is not extreme, it's suicide. Conditions don't mix for very specific physics reasons. Your confidence and experience.
Goddamn pride.
Professionals say, don't be passive. It's not a challenge. It's holding in other people's tombstones. Story.
Wait, what's the
Texas, 17.
Target eliminated. Five kills.
Its own, but it makes faster. It makes combustion more aggressive. When you combine oxygen with something that's already on fire, like say a lit cigarette, you create what firefighters call an oxygen-enriched atmosphere fire. Things that normally burn slowly will explode into flames. Harold's oxygen concentrator came with warnings, big red stickers, literally plastered all over the device. No smoking, no open flames, fire hazard, oxygen in use. The manual, which his daughter confirmed he read, had an entire chapter dedicated to fire safety. His doctor warned him multiple times, every single appointment, Harold, you cannot smoke while using oxygen. You will catch fire. His daughter warned him. She pleaded with him. She hid his cigarettes. She threatened to take away his oxygen if he didn't stop. The oxygen supply company warned him. They made him sign multiple liability waivers acknowledging he understood the fire risk. Harold's response to all of these warnings from all of these people over months and months was, I'll be careful. You know what I'm doing. One afternoon, Harold sitting in his favorite chair,
Armies got into it earlier.
concentrator running beside him.
I said, I guess Buddy and Armies got into it earlier.
He's done this before and been
Cause Buddy got a big ass gash across the top of his head.
And burned holes in his shirts. He puts a cigarette
I sprayed some wound care on it though.
his lighter.
But shit, nobody even noticed. Nobody even knew. Nobody heard him after arguing or nothing.
Immediately.
Only reason I told him to come in, I told him to let him in the house.
We're talking about
Cause
a flash fire that engulfs his entire.
Work quick and clean. No witnesses.
I see a criminal.
Hostile LDBR drop detected.
You!
Enemy care package above. Enemy UAV inbound. Hostile UAV established overhead.
Suffer and bleed!
Payback.
Marksman is...
Angry Hornet by hitting it with a stick. The bomb squad
cannot run.
You're supposed to be the CIA's best. Act like it. You lost the fugitive. Langley won't complete.
Orland's Bayou Party, hot summer night, plenty of alcohol flowing. You know how this is going to end just from that description. Our protagonist is a 24-year-old we'll call Jake. Jake and his buddies are having the time of their lives. Music, drinks, the whole 9 yards. They're partying on a dock that extends into the bayou, which is basically nature's way of saying, alligators live here. Jake is several drinks past good judgment when someone spots a large alligator lurking near the dock. We're talking 8-9 feet.
Tired of apps that charge for every message? This app all free. Girls here are direct. They ask you out first. Sign up, no photo needed. Match local singles fast. No awkward chats. and in 10, Magneto versus Red Skull. Even when the Joker doesn't want to work with Red Skull, it's surprising that Marvel tried to make this team up work. In Captain America number 367, during the Acts of Vengeance storyline, multiple villains had changed their target, or I guess their adversaries, in an attempt to catch them off guard. However, the alliance of Magneto and Red Skull was yet another short-lived one thanks to Red Skull's, allegiances. Red Skull tried to fight back, but let's be honest, there was nothing he could really do to stop Magneto. Eventually, Magneto ended up winning, which seems obvious, but instead of killing Red Skull, Magneto did what he thought would be the worst thing he could do. He trapped Red Skull in an abandoned bomb shelter, seemingly from World War II, or at least that's what I would have done, and left him with just enough water for a few weeks. I'm not sure about food, but to be fair, you can go like 3 weeks without food or something like that. Isn't that like 3 or whatever, right? Like 3 days for 3 weeks. So even giving him no food, Red Skull would still have a few weeks. And in 9, Lex Luthor versus Mazas. Alexander Luthor was one of the heroes of Earth 3, and was the crime syndicate's most formidable and greatest enemy, having killed off many of its members over the years, including Hawkwing and Wolverine. He also had the ability to absorb so many superhero, super being and kill through the lightning of his eyes. Alexander was sponsored by the crime syndicate of his world thanks to Superwoman, but when the villains sought refuge in the fallen Justice League Watchtower. However, since they were on Earth Prime, Alexander ended up running into Lex, and he tried to kill Lex. But as he tried, Bizarro attacked him. Bizarro stood no match, and as Alexander prepared to kill his Prime Earth counterpart of Lex Luthor, Lex ended up realizing that they both sounded the same. They both spoke the same way, because, you know, they're both a Lex Luthor. So he held on to the future lightning rod that Black Adam had shoved into Mazal's chest, and yelled,
Deathmatch. Eliminate all threats. We've taken control.
Got caught. Effective shot.
Nice. We're pulling ahead.
Wait.
We've taken control.
Bye-bye. Sighting in. Enemy KIA. Effective shot. BDA, one down. Incoming stun. Get down. Frag. Target removed. Tossing Semtex. Enemy KIA. Get. Deploying RCX. Wait.
Wait for that spot.
Got the long gun. Move up. Hostile grenade. Enemy spring mine.
You've fallen behind.
this time, motherfucker.
Lead dive.
Check your angles. Sniper working. Enemy spring mine. Visual on Tango. Effective. Threat, front! Not this time, motherfucker! Wasted! Got the long gun! Move up!
Backup's not coming. You want to get out of this alive? Better step up.
Check your angles. Sniper working. Enemy KIA.
Ready.
5-5.
Enemy UAV inbound.
Target ID.
Guess I chose the wrong people for the job. My
What
bad.
kind of shit show you dragged me into, Woods? Check your angles. Sniper working. BD-8, one down. 5-5.
What, hon?
The faced off and beaten Darkseid in single combat, even after withstanding the full effect of Darkseid's Omega Beams, and then he just laid waste to Apocalypse. And like, while the fight may have happened off screen, or I guess off page, it's pretty damn terrifying knowing that Doomsday just beat Darkseid, just because he... Dude, we've got our boys down.
Just
Face
cause,
off with Dr. Doom.
just cause.
And unfortunately, while the Infinity Gems might have given the Mad Titan the strength to stand up to Galactus and the Power Cosmic, in this one specific battle with Doom, Thanos didn't stand a chance. During the Battleworld saga, in which Victor Von Doom had become God Emperor Doom, Thanos approached his enemy on the battlefield and tried to give Doom one last chance to bow before a true god. And sadly for Thanos, he was vastly overestimating himself, as God Emperor Doom was capable of pulling a Mortal Kombat-style fatality and pulling Thanos' spine and skull out of his still-living body. And while eventually Doom would be overthrown and the Marvel Universe put back mostly to normal, Thanos will definitely think twice before trying to smack talk Dr. Doom ever again. Finally, one Joker versus Red Skull. In 1996, Batman and Captain America came together for a crossover action which nobody had ever seen. I mean, that's probably slightly exaggerated, but this was still a highly anticipated team-up because, let's be real, it's Captain Batman. However, when two heroes team up, you know that their villains are bound to as well. So the Joker and Red Skull had formed an alliance. That is, until the Joker found out who Red Skull really served, that being the German soldiers present in World War II, because I can't mention them for monetization reasons. Thanks, YouTube, let's censor history. What are you, the public school system? Anyway, after finding out Red Skull's affiliations and who was really involved in the plan, Joker turned on Red Skull, showing that he at least had a bit of a moral code, saying, quote, "I may be a criminal lunatic, but I'm an American criminal lunatic." I don't know why Joker was shocked, given that Red Skull was walking around with that symbol on his chest, but Joker just seemed to think that it was a crazy disguise, which is the dumbest thing ever. Like, I think that's the dumbest thing that Joker's ever done. Like, even if it was a disguise, would you really want to be seen with that just walking around? Even if you are a criminal lunatic? Because of course not. You said it yourself. You're an American criminal lunatic. I mean, like, think for once, bro. Come on.
Number 10, Venom vs. Sandman. In Peter Parker's Spider-Man Volume 1, Number 16, Sandman took to reforming the Sinister Six to go after Spider-Man. And one of those six was Eddie Brock, a.k.a. Venom. Venom now has a vendetta against Sinister Six, though, because they embarrassed him pretty badly. Now, during their scuffle that took place inside the Daily Bugle, things quickly take a turn for the choppy as Venom takes a huge chunk out of Sandman's body. Welcome to Sound Trap, the Beatmaker's Playground. No gatekeeper, no mix, just vibes. Don't make a 5 80 minutes, say less.
Fuck it, so.
Sandman to stabilize and
Man,
break
y'all
down.
fucking
Unable to
cheating.
stop himself from falling apart, Sandman heads for the hills, leaving Venom to fight Spider-Man alone. It's a pretty awful and pretty quick loss for Sandman, who does eventually return, but not as explosive, as the years spent separated from his corporeal form left his mind in tatters.
And Drew, before we move on to our next spot, if you love what we do here at Top 10 Nerd, be sure to show us you love us by checking out our playlist. We got a villain playlist. If you like villains, we got you. Number 9, Morgan Le Fay versus Dr. Doom. Morgan Le Fay and Dr. Doom have faced off. Here, I feel like either could honestly give the edge to Morgan Le Fay when it comes to just like raw power and magical skills. But to keep my lack in raw power, Doom certainly makes up for in ingenuity. Le Fay's mistake was going to attack Doom in his own time because she is cube. He then used this fact against her to defeat her, sending her on a one-way ticket home to the Middle Ages. Sort of. I mean, she would actually have to like fight her way back to her time too. It's pretty cool. In fact, Doom actually could have been here, but he either chose not to because perhaps